Dexy, I know you're gonna kill this shit.
Yo, people, what you telling me back again? International break settings. We're here for another one. Bro, listen,
man.
I know you man lost, but we're not even really going to talk about that.
What about who lost? What happened? What happened?
Bro, it happened too long ago, bro.
I see the season started today. The Galley are playing at the Emirates, my killing, man.
Nah, bro, we're not talking
we lost
about
against
that
the champions with a scream of a free kick.
We're not talking about that today, bro. It's too long ago, blood. Football
big up you, Rants, because any United fans cheering on Liverpool.
You know, I see this player came in ready, defensive. Nah, it's cool. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that today. Shout out my guy, Coach Cams, as well, blood. Man's finally fucking uploading recently, and I see that he uploaded a season so far thing on Man United. So man are gonna talk about the season so far for Arsenal and Man United, blood, and see where we're both thinking our clubs are at. Because I think it's a good time to kind of look. Obviously, it's only been a few games, but there's certain signs. You know what I'm saying? And you know what happens in life, blood. If you don't heed the signs early, bro, you could end up in a sticky situation. You know, like
bite your clock, mate.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? First of all, what are the positive things that you've seen, bro, so far in a short amount of time? Even I said it's been 3 games.
We're still breathing, innit? We got 6 points. We're still breathing. Like, we're still here, innit? We know it's gonna collapse at some point, but we're still breathing, innit? Obviously, I think we've had a good summer in terms of recruitment. Yeah, you can maybe pinpoint some individuals and whatnot. But is our squad, keyword squad, is it stronger now than it was last year? 100%. Even simply put, Berta, you've done your job. The club, even though we don't like KSC, have done their job. Arteta, it's down to you. We think we've got the tools. It's down to you to be flexible. It's down to you to find the system. We've got the players in it. So I'd say that 6 points on the board. In terms of negatives, obviously, I'm not expecting to see free flowing attacking football or see any team, at full pelters 3 games into the season. But I'm not seeing anything to cling on to. If I was clutching at straws, obviously, we got the result, not necessarily the performance against you lot, Rants, but we tried to go a bit more direct. Haven't seen any kind of things to cling on to in an attacking sense. So that's where we're at personally, I think, in these 3 games. I think if, our fullbacks look good, Calafiori's done very well. Apart from that, it's kind of same old, isn't it? If I'm honest.
Is the attacking worrying though? Because you know what's mad, yeah? People say that defense win championships, but actually, yeah,
Goals win games,
when
bro.
you look at Liverpool, it's the goals that's winning them these championships when you actually look at it, because Arsenal have probably had the best defense in the league for what, 3 years?
If with anything, we know where we're at with Arsenal in terms of defensive people, and obviously Rants will know. But when I'm talking about defend our defensive aspects, it's not just the defenders; it's the whole kind of collective ethos, how you press, getting in your shape, and all of that kind of stuff. That's been there. My biggest pet peeve is obviously we're good at set pieces in both ends. We defend well in a low and mid block. We're a difficult team to necessarily break down. But as you kind of alluded to there with Liverpool, like attack is a form of defense. And I don't think we have that, whether it's a midfielder that's going to play 5-yard passes and up and lower the tempo, whether that's Mikel Arteta gambling. Like, I know you said that the Liverpool game's been and gone in it, but when I look at that game, I think it was summed up by the second half, or better yet, the changes at halftime. First, Slot made 1-2 changes. He gambled with Szoboszlai going further up the field before the subs. And I think that's kind of where many of us balanced Arsenal fans, when we look beyond Liverpool, that's where we're kind of angry, because it's the same kind of things that we're kind of talking about. And I do think, when I look at Arne Slot and he obviously changed things, I always think, like, if I'm feeling like this about my manager, then what is a Premier League title manager winning? Like, he's changed things, but how much confidence does he have in changing things in that? Mikel Arteta isn't going to go against the grain. We're going to set back in our position rather than gamble and leave certain players up. You never saw Eze start. You don't see our wingers swap. It's almost, like that's where we kind of need to go to. So in the attack, Rants, I said to you, I'm kind of confident with our defense. Like, I like the Mascara brother. I think he did well coming off the bench against Anfield. But I always think, because we're a good defensive team, I think there's some sides in the bottom half of the Premier League. If we took a couple of their defenders, I'm not saying they would look like Gabriel or Saliba, but they probably look all right because of how we defend. Where I look at the opposite end of the pitch, how many times have I sat here and I said, of course, I'm gassed about Gyökeres. I like what Eze could be. I obviously love Saka and all these others, but it's more of a case of coaching, bro. We're not creating no chances. Gyökeres is not being created like any clear-cut chances. You're just doing cardio, and we all know, maybe at all teams really, but at my football club, if you was an attacker, you'd probably want to be either Bukayo Saka or Martinelli, because I know Martinelli's stinking up the place. But that's where you get your joy at in this team, with the wide areas.
It's a thankless task, bro. This is why you're better off being a midfielder playing up front in this system.
You get it, and that's where you have Gyökeres dropping into midfield. You're pulling out wide. I hear all of that. I personally think Gyökeres has adapted to our system. I know he's not fit and firing and all these things, but I think the gaffer needs to adapt to him. I said when we signed Gyökeres, obviously when you look at him on YouTube, there's bare different variations of goals. The thing that got me is actually the tap-ins, because that's what we need, someone that's going to create tap-ins. But if you're not creating any chances, there's issues. You go back to the early days of the Emirates, where we're creating more chances than you can count. If that was the scenario, then I would say, you know what, it's clearly just a recruitment thing. But Mikel Arteta has to find a way, Rats. Like, he's fighting against, as much as we need to win titles and things, he needs to fight against himself. Like, he really needs to rework stuff and evolve. And I think I speak for many Arsenal fans, Rats. If we want to get into a scenario we ain't been in, which is going from being second to getting over the line, then naturally have to do different things. And that's where, in theory, I like Gyökeres signing, because it weren't the typical kind of striker we're going to get, purely because I think that might have made Mikel Arteta have to change. And I said this when we signed him. You could have Isaac up front right now. You could have Ollie Watkins. You could have got Sesko, which he wanted. You could have Gyökeres. Strikers need chances. You need to, if you want someone to eat, you need to bring them food. No, put the food on the table. We haven't done that, and we're not doing that. So that's our landscape in these 3 games, bro.
Yeah, but you know what it is though? Like the Gyökeres signing never made no sense, innit? Like it never made any sense. I didn't know why he was linked so heavily with Arsenal. And like man saying that they say that about every striker, they don't get service. But bro, you know what it is? In
That
football,
would have been perfect.
the
but that's
game
neither
has
here nor there.
changed in football to the point where back in the day, teams used to play for their striker. That's why strikers used to score so many
Strikers are
goals.
defenders these days, Rants. man.
Yeah, that's it. Now, strikers are the first line of defense, bro. Everything's about stopping the other team from playing. This is where football is. So this is why your manager will use Erdegaard, who's an 8 in the 10, because he runs.
Because of the
And
press.
he'll play Kai Havertz to press. It's not for offensive reasons these men are playing there. He's playing in the 10 for defensive reasons, Erdegaard. And when you understand that, attacking players are gonna suffer. Attacking players are gonna suffer in this era. Period.
There's attacks. Even
Yeah.
Martinelli Rants. Like I like Martinelli, but I don't rate him. You can't rate how he's moving, yeah. But I genuinely believe, like, whatever you say about Martinelli, if he was slapped in a couple of other teams in the Prem, obviously the same goes for Saka or Gyökeres. I'm not saying these guys would be top class, world class, but you might look at them a bit differently, if I'm completely honest with you.
Yeah.
And I hear your point, but for me, I'm at the point now, whether Gyökeres was the guy you wanted or not, this is the one you've got now. Like at some point you've had to. We all know how Arsenal work. Gyökeres might not have been his first choice. At some point, Arteta has had to say, yeah, okay. Either way, you've got a striker capable of scoring goals. Provide the man with those opportunities. Is the guy a good striker? Yes. Can he score goals? Yes. Is he better as a traditional 9 than what we had? 100%. So this is where I'm at Arteta. You have to make it work. And I know I'm extending this into Eze, but you've got Eze, who's 27, Gyökeres, who's 27, Zubimendi, who's 26. Couple man are around them ages. Obviously, in today's day and age, man, look at these guys like they're in their 90s. I'm just saying that because it's a right now, they're right now players. There's no point talking like if we got Sesko, how he can help us in the short.
Those are not investments for the future. Those are now signings.
You have to make it work now, bro. And that's what I'm saying with Mikel Arteta gamble. And honestly, I know people say he's a defensive coach and all of these kind of things. And I guess there's rhetoric with it. But if we go back to the 22-23 season, he's probably scarred with that. But if I just look at it unbiasedly, you've shown me that we can create chances, that you have the ability to coach the things that I'm crying about. So it's not that you can't do it. You're choosing not to do it. And if you're choosing not to do it, why are you choosing that? Because you got it 2 ways. You either play attacking football or you play stinky football and you make sure you get over the line in terms of silverware, which we haven't done. If you're doing neither, you know the conversations that have to happen. And I think even if Arsenal end up trophyless, I can't tell you, I genuinely don't think Arteta is sacked. As long as there's some nuance, some context, behind it, we're going to be talking about the same things. But simply put, everybody can look like, you look at Arsenal and you look, or Liverpool and you look at Arsenal, right? 2 teams that are meant to be fighting for the title. If anything, Liverpool fans believe in their squad, rightly so, and they all probably believe in Arsenal. He's earned that right? You look at Arsenal, it's not that everybody wants to get at Mikel Arteta and everything like that. Whether you like him, don't like him, think he's good enough, that's neither here nor there. But everybody fully believes, quote unquote, in the squad, whether that's rotation, the starters. We're looking at you, Gaffer, because you've got the tools. We say this all the time, Rants. If me and you go Harrods and we buy Louis Vuitton and all of this, and you don't know how to style it, I don't know how to style it, then what's the point? We're going to look shit. You're not going to get things.
It's clumsy.
You've got it all now. You need to make it work, bro. That is it. And a team's a reflection of the manager. Attack shouldn't be an issue. That's even the harshest thing. And maybe I'm looking at this naively, Rants, but we did it against you lot. We've done it against, well, not so much Leeds, but you lot and Liverpool. We play out from the back. Anyone who plays out from the back, a couple times, man are going to get caught. Things are going to happen. But we take more risks in the fight, in our defensive third, than in the other half of the pitch.
Yeah, facts. It makes no sense, innit?
So it's mind-boggling for me, Rants.
Your goalkeeper takes more risks than your attackers. You know what I mean? It's foolishness, but that's the modern game, innit? And the thing is, because Arsenal played so well in the 22-23 season, and we ain't seen nothing like that from them again, I'm skeptical about this manager because I don't understand if these men played that well in spite of him or if it was because of him. Because it looks like the only time where...
I think it was because of him. He's gone the other way.
It looks like the players did what they're supposed to do. Like attacking players were attacking. They played with a bit more freedom. And it's like...
But what did you say there?
They're not... He's taking that freedom away. Do you know what I'm saying? And it makes no sense because...
You said it there.
The majority of the players are still here.
This is what I'm saying. You said it there. You said it there, right? She said freedom. I must admit, even myself, I think we look at that season with rose tints because we did play great attacking football. We was amazing, but a lot of those games was on knife edge. So I'm not vexed at Arteta for making us decent defensively in it. But what I wanted to see is the attacking sense, the attacking standards of that year. And you see the year after where we lost to City on the last day, but the running and how he's defended, just mesh and merge them together. This is where I think Mikel Arteta needs to find a balance. Like I don't mind the fact that he likes to think about the opposition. I don't actually care that we're good defensively. It's just at some point your football team has to attack. That is a form of defense. Like you see the Szoboszlai goal. I can't say anything. That 9 times out of 10 that doesn't happen. That was the one time it does. That's why we like football, because of those unpredictable moments. What I can talk about is what led to the free kick, where Zubimendi had a good first half. He became Zubimendi in the second. He's drowning. You need to be a bit more proactive. And I think that's where us frustrations with Arsenal fans with the Liverpool game and kind of with the talking points we've got. We wanted to see a bit more chess. We wanted to see a bit more attacking football. But again, cool first half. It's a stinky game. No one's really going for it. It's more of the in-game management. You've got the tools, bro. You've got some very good tools. I'm not here to gas up my team, but if we look at our attacking ranks, yeah, I'm sure a lot of teams in the Prem, whether it be your first choice striker or part of the squad, they're having Gyökeres, they're having Saka. Martinelli, he's a techie one, but there'll be some teams in the Prem that will have him. My point, Eze, of course. My point being, these are not bad players. Whether I rate them or not, do I think you can get a bit more out of them in the final third? Million, billion, trillion %. You need to. I like the fact that we lose the ball, you want to win it back and all those things. But you need to get into that scenario of what we can do, how we can harm teams. Because I must admit, obviously, I'll be a hypocrite. If it's 0-0, we go for it. They go and make it 1-0. I'm still going to have things to say. But where I'm at as an Arsenal fan, Rants, I would have looked at Arteta and said, all right, cool. It never worked at Anfield today. There might be 3-4 other times this season. Them kind of things work because we just die on our sword. That's the vexest Arsenal fans have been about Max Dowman coming on the pitch. And it's nothing to do with Max. Big him up, making inroads, playing against Liverpool, doing all that. But we all know once it's minute 10, with the last 10 minutes, that's when Arteta's like, you know, where it is.
Yeah, he'll take what's there in it. And like, how was he leapfrogged Ethan, blood?
This is what even Wanyeri, I was like, could you have started Wanyeri? Could you have brought him on? Could you have started Eze? Could you have brought him on? I know Odegaard weren't really fit and whatnot. And again, you're always going to criticize the manager, but could you have given him 45, 60 minutes and then change things? Because we needed to play this way and be predictable to get to this. But the double-edged sword now is we're here, we're second, we're trying to elevate. We're predictable now. You need to give managers something because they know what they're going to get. They know it's a tough team to play against. They know you micromanage, but they probably know you're not going to ask too many questions in the final third beyond set pieces, in which I don't mind set pieces and long throws and all of that crap, but that should be added accessories. It feels like I don't even think the team are going out there to do that, but as Arsenal fans, that's the only light at the end of the tunnel. That's how we're getting out of jail. And even with the Liverpool game, what do me and you keep saying, Rants? We said all summer, over a 38-game period, you're going to win, lose, and draw what you deserve, right? But realistically, there's going to be some times on a football pitch, you deserve to lose, you obviously win, and all of those things. Man said, DJ on fire, give him a Maggie, don't worry, later today. But then that's why people in the Liverpool game, they're crying about it was an even game, good free kick. And that's neither here nor there. If you're crying about that, then you can't have anything to say about the Man United game, purely because the same thing happened. We were just on the beneficial side. That's my whole point. And then when you look at the 3 games we've seen, it sounds mad to say, Rants, but Leeds, I was saying the same things in the final third. Yeah, we scored 5 goals. People can say what they want. But I've seen 3 games now. Obviously, I saw last season. I saw a bunch of games in pre-season. Bar the Bilbao game, I didn't see anything in an attacking sense. So I can't be surprised we're at where we're at. But as I said to you, the last stream, Rants, when we get to 10, 11, 12 games in, I think I'm being quite fair and quite harsh. Now I'm going to start getting a bit harsher because that is when all teams, they start to look in their groove and things of that ilk. So it's all on Arteta, bro. It's all on Arteta.
No, 100%.
All on you, bro.
Because even like when man's watching the games, blood, and how they're playing, it's like more than ever, it's like you can see teams on the pitch. They're a reflection of the manager. They always have been to a certain extent, but now, because coaches are controlling things even more, you can see the personalities of these teams, innit? And that's what it is with Arsenal. They're very cautious, and that's what it is, bro. Like man could say it's the players and so on and so forth, but these players, for the most part, have been selected by this manager, bro. He spent a lot of money in a decent enough amount of time to have had more success than he's having, and it's like. He's twanging people, bro. You can't be twanging, man. You bring in Eze, Arsenal fans celebrating, but it's like, if you're not going to use him, you're not going to use him the right way, there's no point having an Eze, bro. You know what I mean?
Rants,
He's
I
never
don't
been a
get that
left
one, you
winger.
know. I don't get why he didn't start at Liverpool. Now I know his first game, got to get up to the tactics and all of that kind of jazz. But it's not a Gyökeres thing. Where if we're honest, Gyökeres probably only has one start. If Kai is fit, he probably would have started at Leeds at home. Doesn't start away at Old Trafford or at Anfield. Eze's thing is different because he is Premier League proven, because he's raring to go. He's had a pre-season, and forgive me
But
if I'm wrong.
Gyökeres didn't have a pre-season, and Gyökeres
Exactly.
still started all your games.
That's what I'm saying, and that's because he had to. That's why I'm saying the Eze thing. I don't understand
Yeah.
it to the point where I don't even think Eze's a left winger. But you can't watch our games and tell me we can't run something at least for the next 3-4 games. You can't run that. Just be a bit unpredictable, bro. Like, you've got Eze. I'm not being funny. You have Eze, bro. We've died for this. Like, you've got Eze, and obviously Saka when he's fit. You have to remove the handbrake, bro. And obviously, I'm not calling for us to be gun ho, flying everyone forward, but you're trying to, it's like boxing. You keep trying to win games on points. And again, Arteta, I know he's probably in sour taste and that, but I'm getting quite pissed off when he says things like, oh, and I don't disagree, because I think that one thing that jars me with the Liverpool game is that's the most beatable I think Liverpool's looked at Anfield when we've gone
first
there.
half, if Arsenal actually went for it first half, they could have got something, because first half Liverpool went at the races. Second half, they improved.
Second half's on the gaffer, 100%.
Yeah.
This
if
is
you
what I mean.
if you set up and you started with Eze in the midfield, and you actually had more of an attacking threat, and you went for it in the first half, you could have got something. You definitely.
And then even Arteta's comments, Rants, like, again, I don't think he was getting at Eze, but I just think when people talk connected to my club, the manager, the players, we know how the media is going to have fanfare in which everybody's talking about he's throwing Eze under a bus and all of those things.
What's he said about Eze?
So something about, like, because he was talking about the chances we had in it. There was a few things he said, then I'll say them. Like, he mentioned something around Eze had a chance he should have done better, which is great. He should have 100%. I don't.
Yeah, but you don't need to single out players after a performance like that.
Him out, but that's my thing. Okay, you want to single him out, but I'm scratching my head for clear-cut chances. Cool, Eze had that chance. He should have bagged. Where's the others? Because I wouldn't even say Madueke had chances like that, but you was the one that looked like you might make something happen for us. Why are we still remembering the 3-4 odd chances? And then Arteta, he says things sometimes, and I understand he's a bit of a sore loser and things of that ilk, which I like. No one wants to be a good loser. You're sitting there saying, oh, no one's made Liverpool suffer at Anfield like this, which, okay, I'm not debating that. Why didn't you win? It reminded me of the PSG game, like when he said we've been the best team in the champs, and I guess you've got your statistics. That's cool. Why them in Monday in the final? And then even that, I know Mikel Arteta is not Luis Enrique, but you made me think of Luis Enrique, who I hope he's doing all right. I heard he had a crash or something. Because you spoke about micromanaging. Now, clearly they're galaxies apart, right? But if you look at Luis Enrique, and this is how I wish Arteta would, if you look at Luis Enrique, he micromanages like you. He's a madman like you. He sets up his teams very well defensively like you.
Yeah.
He does all the things you do. The difference with his thing is he's of this 99.9%. You lot do the system thing. That extra zero, whatever it is that makes football what it is, I'm going to let you, man, play. Because you look at their midfield, you see João Neves, who's the 6 on paper, the furthest up. You see their wingers tracking back. You see them swapping. You need that freedom within a framework. Even that, Rant, I might be looking at this silly, and people that don't understand football are going to just move mad with this. But we talk about how it's predictable and there's not movement, right? Let's assume Eze's left wing. He don't want to get chalk on his boots. He wants to cut inside. If you're rising that 8 and Eze's obviously gone inside, you could just stand where he meant to stand. And if we do that all over the field, bro, there's gaps. You know this. You used to coach.
But that's football anyway. You're supposed to
see what I'm saying?
Understand that. But also the players, the manager has to give players the freedom to make these decisions, bro. Because if you lose the ball and Eze's in central positions, he's a central player anyway, so he knows who he needs to pick up. He doesn't need to go back out there.
The man got common sense. If we really be that good defensively and these men are old enough, ugly enough, experienced enough, cool, do your micromanagement thing, but let them do their thing, bro. This is where Arteta needs to pattern, bro.
No, 100%, bro. You have to trust your players. And that's ultimately, this is what it comes down to. It's like a lot of these modern coaches, not only does the way they coach show me that they don't trust their players, but also they've also tried to make themselves more important than they should be. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's these managers are too egotistical, bro. It's like if the players don't do absolutely everything I tell them to do, then I'm not playing them, or it's wrong, bro. But the thing is, players win games, bro.
No matter how much it's about the system, as you said there, players make the difference. A bit like with us with Declan Rice against Real Madrid, kind of parallels with Liverpool. You was doing your tactical thing. A man
Yeah.
just smelt like he could do something. That's why we watch football. He's not allowing them. And even that comment, there's a comment that says something about, yeah, you leave space for other men to exploit, DG. That is the issue. We don't. You might lose a bit defensively and put Saliba, like Saliba's obviously far strong. You might leave him where he has to occupy a wide area, and that might come back to haunt you. But where you lose a bit defensively, you might gain a couple yards because the team is further up the field. Saka is doing what he's doing or whatever. These are the little free, because we don't lose that many games. But it's those small and fine margins and those 3-4 games like Liverpool, which you can't win a league title in September, August, but you can certainly lose it. These are the games, man, look back in hindsight and do the if and the but and the maybes and all of these kind of things. That is where I'm well, the whole season anyways, but this is where you need the gaffer. Because this is not a bad bunch of players. Like, they're not bad. You're getting as much as you can out of them defensively. Midfield, a little tweaks and whatnot. You're failing. You are failing them in the final third. You are.
But you know what is with Arteta?
You're failing the rest.
What I've deeped, yeah. Arsenal finished second 3 years in a row, and Arteta has mastered the art, yeah, of just hanging in there. Because, like you said, you very rarely lose. That's what it is. He just hangs in there. Like, do you know what I'm saying? He's one of them tennis players that'll make you play the extra shot, man. He'll keep that rally alive. You know that? He just keeps the rally alive, bro. Man just got the extra shot, bro. Man makes you play that shot, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this is what it is. That's why he can't get over the line, but he knows how to hang in there, because ultimately he shows more consistency than what City are showing at the moment, what Tottenham and United have shown, what Chelsea have shown. That's the reason why you lot have finished where you are. It's the consistency. Like, every Arsenal fan's like, yeah, we very rarely lose. They don't really know what it feels like to really lose games, because he's very good at not losing. But at a certain point, you have to go past that, bruv. And that's my thing. In order to go past that, you have to trust your players to do things, to take risks. They have to.
And that's the thing, Rants. Like, I'm not interested. Like, it's not, obviously, I like any football fan. I like what's good about my team. I hate what's bad. I'm at the point now, I'm not interested in what we're bad at. Like, I mean, good at. I'm not interested in that. Obviously, I love it. Take the good and make it great. It's the failings, it's the game management, it's the other ways of playing. It's those 3-4 things that are subpar. If you make them good, then we've got a good chance. Ironically, we know we're not winning the title. Pipping Liverpool over that is impossible. But you have to try. You have to give it a good goal. I need to look at my team and think we've exhausted everything. I believe in what the manager's doing. I think the players are doing what they can. When that is the case, now I'm on saying fair enough. Ultimately, football's decided at both ends. Szoboszlai scored a screamer. I'm not vexing losing to Liverpool. It is what it is. You have to taste defeat. But what would have made me be a bit easy is, oh my God, like, Alisson's had done a madness. He's done what De Gea used to do a few times against us. Salah's danced past bare players. Then you say fair enough. We all know it was summed up by a great free kick, but it didn't have to do much. And if you're playing the champions, they should bloody well have to do much. And this is the issue. Like, the only saving grace is 3 games in, man, just have to keep going. But again, this is kind of what we saw tactically, or in fact, everything we saw tactically, bro, it's all too familiar. And I can't say it's not going to happen again. Arteta, you know what you need to do. Make it work, because you got the play. Simple as that, bro. I don't want to hear nothing from no one. Like, it's you, Gaffer, now. Berta's done his job. I personally, the players will always have my sympathy because of how last season panned out in January. And I think they're at the point where they might need new tactics. They need something else. It's a bit robotic. And this is why you need to get over the line, Gaffer, because then we have to start having conversations potentially about mental fatigue and things of that ilk. It's nothing changes, you know?
I hear it. And this is what it is, bro. Like man said, yeah, to sum it up, that's the issue. It does lie with the management. Like, this, window-wise, last season, Arsenal fans were complaining you factually had one of the smallest squads in the league. That's been addressed. Do you know what I'm saying? Loads of players are coming, got more depth now. Obviously, you've had a few injuries, but now Bert has done what he's supposed to do.
Because I do think that, like, could that be a problem? I do think that in that, you know, Arteta's cried about having one of the smallest squads several times. Okay, we fixed that. You've got a big squad. But even when everybody's been fit, if we just exclude this season and everything that we've signed, yeah, typically in the last 3 years, when everyone's been fit, every Arsenal fan and fans that watch us, you know who is going out there. You know the 11, and there might be 9 or so on the bench, but you know the 1 to 3, especially if Trossard's on the bench. You know the man that are coming off the bench. Now, you've got bare options. If everybody's fit, certain man are not making the squad in the game. You know, it sounds surreal, but Liverpool, I'm saying, could you have started Eze? Could you have started Odegaard? What could you have done with Wanyeri? Why did you bring on Max Dowman? Could having too
But
much
this is what I'm saying. I think the last
things be
excuse
an
he
issue?
had has now been taken away. Do you know what I mean? And I think that United tried to do something similar with Ruben Amorim. He complained about the attack, so they bought him a whole new attack.
Yeah, you can't
You know
touch
what I'm
it no
saying?
more.
Like, bro, any excuse you think you had or reasoning as to why you're not performing, we're going to take that away from you and see how you do, because now you need to be held accountable. Like you said,
Exactly.
Ethan didn't even get a single minute.
I didn't get that one, man.
That even make no sense. Do you know what I mean? He just signed a new deal. He's a good player. And then you look on the flip side, Liverpool are bringing on Rio and that in games and stuff, but Ethan can't get a game. Like, it's not making sense, innit? So this
You've
has
got
to
the
be the
tools, use
season.
them.
It has to be the season.
It has to be. And that's the thing. Like, obviously, when it's all said and done, you have to seize the present. Like, nobody knows if Liverpool are going to, I think they are, but if they're going to win the league or more, or Slot is going to end up getting sacked 2 years from now. Either way, he's made history. We all know the teams that won the league previously. We all know the teams that won the trophy. And then, give or take, in these 3 years, bro, you should have won a title. You should have won a title. And if you're not going to do that, then we need to go somewhere else.
100%.
Simple as that. Because you comment, like, I'm only holding Mikel Arteta. I think where we talk about Mikel Arteta with Arsenal fans, there's a lot of vested interest. He's either done mad terrible or he's the best thing since sliced bread. Neither are true. You've done bloody well for us. You've got
These
us
men
to
are
the front.
extremes, innit? That's the modern
Extremes.
football
You're
fan,
a good
innit?
manager. Are you going to win us a title? And until you do that, everything has to be up for debate. I don't know what's genuinely wrong with that.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with that. He's
And there's
not,
nothing
if
wrong
it was
with
Wenger or
questioning.
Klopp
There's
or
nothing wrong with
Sir
questioning
Alex, I get
Arteta,
it.
bro. Like, in football, he hasn't done anything. It's like, it's weird.
Exactly.
Even Ruben Amorim, yeah, like, they talk about this bread like he's done anything in the game, bro. Like, he's a new manager, bro. Do you know what I mean? Yes, he had some success in Portugal. Do you know what I'm saying? But not that much, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? When
It's the
Jose came
illusion
here,
rather than
Jose
what these
had,
men actually do in Rants, man.
I think Jose had 2 European titles when he came to England. He had the Europa League and the Champions League, I believe. Villas-Boas had the Europa League. Like, these men were more decorated than Amorim. They talk about Amorim like this guy conquered the world somewhere else and he's coming to Man United.
But
you know
this
what I'm
is the
saying?
climate we're in, Rants, man. Man love to, and obviously we all love certain players. We all have affinities to managers, but man, forget, in you lot's case, Man United, for us, Arsenal, the Arsenal for us comes first. Obviously, I want the manager and the players and everything to do well. It's like certain men are committed to this player, this manager, this, that, and the third. And that's where the vested agendas come from. Like, that's where the temperature comes from. Like, and for me, with Mikel Arteta, I always say, all these Arteta sexuals, you clearly can't rate him as much as me, because I rate the guy. I think he's a very talented manager. I think he's got potential to be a very good manager. I think you've done well for us. The difference with me is, if I'm sitting there thinking, I believe this, you've been the manager for Arsenal in the Champions League in 2 years. You've got to a quarters and the semis. You finished second. I actually feel a large part is not necessarily teams are better than us, but you're shooting yourself in the foot. You're telling us you want to win silverware. Why is it too foreign to think, why can't you get over the line? Like, we're closer to doing that than going the other way. You don't rate him. Man, want to sit at the big boy table and not be held to big boy things. And again, for the people that do the agenda thing, the greatest thing is Arteta in our case, and Amorim always says, I want to get United back. I can't expect these men to say different. But Arteta says, we want to win trophies, the champs, the Prem, the players say the same. So if them men are saying it publicly, God knows what they're saying privately, you lot can't tell me nothing. You clearly don't rate him as much as me, because I don't think it's unrealistic to ask, why are you not like eradicating the issues? Why are you not getting over the line? We all know if you scumbag the couple more FA Cups and League Cups and things, well, a League Cup, the temperature might be a bit more toned down. But this is where we're at. If you rate, man, it's going to happen. I always say the same thing. If Saka don't get double figures, fair enough, he's got a hamstring, or he don't score goals, we're going to ask questions. Like Liverpool fans, they're saying Salah started the season slowly. You're only going to place expectations on someone you rate, no? That's just
but
me,
this
though.
is my point, and this is why, like, a lot of the Arsenal fans, the reason why I've put pressure on them is because I'm saying to you, if your club are who you believe they are, then you have to hold them to a certain standard. You have to. The reason why I'm so quick to be like, get managers out my football club is because I still hold my football club to the standard of we should be winning games every single week. And I'm not going to stop holding my club to that standard, because that is who we are, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? And if you're not holding your team, to the same standard, then you don't actually believe. Because you can see by a man's actions because you have to think first, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But there's always a
think it's
thought before
difficult
an
for
action.
people.
So talk is cheap. You can say that you think your team are going to win the league. You've got the best defense in Europe. You got the best winger. You got the best this. So how come when they're not winning games or they're not performing, it's not a problem then?
You know what pisses me off, Rants, is when man say like, man, and again, I have no issues with people wanting to be positive. I'm not a fat person in life. Like, do I think we're gonna win the league? No, it is only 3 games. I'm not on this, whether I want Arteta gone or not. I'm not on this doom and gloom and just throwing away the kitchen sink and toys out the pram. In it, you have to move on in life. But it's all fun and games saying be positive. These like, you know, man, that just say things like, where is the evidence? Like, where is the genuine evidence? And for me, I know it's not gonna change overnight. But I would give Arteta luxuries. If you see what we've been talking about in the first 35 minutes about expansive football and all of these things, you see if we stumbled into this season in the 3 games we've said, and these were new issues that I'm talking about, I'd say, all right, logically it takes time. But these are not new things, bro. It's rotation, game management, attacking football, the ability to pivot in game. Because one thing I like about the gaffer is you can clearly, like, we're playing Liverpool last Sunday, right? From Monday to Sunday, you're planning, they're going to do this, we're going to do that, all them things, they work. But it's like, bro, you're the best example because you had a boxing match. You could have had all the plans about what you want to do against your opponent. You see, when they throw a spanner in the works, it's not that you can't keep your same game plan, but logically, you and your coach had to sit there and be like, well, Rants, I don't like, he's done something I haven't planned. So we have to change what we're doing. If you keep doing the same things, you're going to get collapsed. And these are not new issues at Arsenal. That's
you got to think. You got to think on your feet sometimes. But again, it's like he's not doing that. He's not doing that. Like even this top 3 in domestic cup. The reason why I say that's not good enough for Arsenal is because they finished second 3 times in a row, and 2 of those times.
Give me the trophy, though. I've been stuffed, man.
And no, but 2 of those times you finished second. You was at the front of the queue, bruv, and you bottled it. So because of that,
Chase be front of the queue,
so after bringing in 8 players, bringing in the striker that was meant to be the difference maker, the only target that makes sense is the league, because winning a Carabao Cup here and finishing 3rd, that's a regression on should have won the league twice. It is.
I do think the players need any trophy though, because we've been starved.
No, I agree. I always say winning is a habit. Do you know what I'm saying? That's why United always get to finals and we pick up trophies here and there.
Because should be a tangible target, as impossible
because these men know.
To clip Liverpool. Like,
because the funny thing is, most players at our club at the moment, obviously we got some new guys in, but most of them, the guys that man are saying this shit, they've won bare trophies. Do you know what I mean? They've won bare trophies. So. And they played in bare finals. They played in like 8, 9 finals, some of them. So because of that, I understand that winning is a habit. However, if you're saying it's okay to finish 3rd this season after finishing 2nd 3 times, and 2 of the times you should have won the league, nah, bro. Mentally, it's still a step back.
That's a saving face thing. That if that happens, like top 3, heavy on the less on the 1st, 2nd. Let's just assume 3rd the domestic trophy. That's saving face. You need to win the Prem, bro. Their dream would be the champs. That's a bit of a madness. The Prem is not.
You have to be looking at winning the league now, bro. You don't bring in 8 players, Bring in, I believe Gyökeres scored the most goals in Europe last season as a striker. Like, you don't bring that in and then say, yeah, cool, we'll take 3rd in the trophy. You don't do that.
You need to. That is saving face. If we get into a scenario where Liverpool are about to win the league, we can't win it, and you can finish top 3 and get a silverware, it is what it is. That can't be the ambition. Whether it happens or not, you have to, because of the dynamics of the Premier League. Like you said, with everything with Arsenal being 2nd, everyone can comprehend that. But if you're talking about winning a league, obviously Liverpool won it with less points, and they've actually lost it with more points. I genuinely think in August, man have to be sat there 90 to 100 points. Whether you think Arsenal can get that and do the ha-ha thing, that is the dynamics, bro. You have to be there. Premier League, 90 odd points. Champions League, get out of the league phase. Quarters, semis, play it by ear and see where you're going. That's a saving face thing. You get top 3 in a trophy. I'm happy for the players. I'm happy for the fans. The question marks are still going to be there. And because of where you're at now, Mikel Arteta, that ain't enough. The only way to shut people up, not that I think they necessarily care, but the only way to shut people up is the Prem or the champs. If you don't, and as much as I don't think Arsenal can do that, if the manager, if any fans, if the players, if that's not the task and you don't think you can do that, as difficult as it is, then respectfully, you need to fuck off. Because if you don't think we can do that in September, you have to cut, bro. You have to cut. We're going to war. If you're scared, go to church. We say this all the time on the stream, Rants. But we're going to say it several times again and again. So it is what it is, bro.
Bro, 100% facts. And this is what it is, bro. So it's going to be interesting to see like how a lot of the things progress, innit? Because in football, there's always subplots. At Man United, we've got the Kobe Mino subplot now. At Arsenal, you got the Ethan subplot because it looks like man have put a 15-year-old youth ahead of him, which is crazy, considering my man just signed a new deal. Do you know what I'm saying?
They've
So
already done that.
it's how's Gyökeres gonna adapt to the system, or is the manager gonna adapt the system to him?
No,
Do you know what I'm saying?
no, he's adapted to the system. He's adapted to the system. It's you need to adapt to him, bro. Like, let's be real. Has he shot? Is he fully fit? No, and yeah, we could do.
When I say him adapting to the system, obviously he's not going to give you what Marino or Kai give you in the pockets.
That's why I agree, Rants. I think we knew when we signed Gyökeres, it's a 50-50 thing. You need to adapt. It's a different landscape and whatnot. Arteta needs to adapt to you. From what we see with a striker, cool, you might not be what the others are. But do you press? Yes. Do you drop deep? Yes. Do you occupy the centre half? Yes. Have you shown me that you can pull up to the channels? Yes. You're doing everything that I think that the strikers need. Now I need Mikel Arteta to thingy with you. Cool. You can look at if everybody's fit. Jesus, Kai Havertz, Marino, just focusing up front. They can do all the other facets look a bit prettier. None of them can do what Gyökeres can do, or what Gyökeres has displayed he could do, right? Why we bought him to score goals. When have you seen a clear-cut chance for Gyökeres? Even the Leeds goal, which I like, he made it for himself. We really want him. We really expect.
Yeah, he had to make that for himself. That's
and you know you can't do that for 38 games.
No, you can't. But
So
this is why
need to
when people were
adapt to him
saying,
now.
"Oh, Isak and that," bro, I don't think any striker, like proper striker, thrives in this Arsenal system. I don't believe it, and that's why someone like a Visa would have made more sense, bro. Someone that can drop in link play that's not naturally like a centre forward,
You
but
needed both of them.
or a João Pedro. Like you need a
But then
footballer.
even that, Rants, when I hear that, and you're not wrong here, but then at the same time, for doing all of that, I still need you to be in positions where you're gonna score goals. Because even though Havertz weren't a clinical forward and he done all of that, there was times where there's 3-4 chances where they're clear-cut chances, and there you'd be like, raw, is that this one, that one throughout the course of last season, they might have bagged. But when I deep it, whether I rate Havertz or not, or whoever the hell is up front, bro, if you're only getting, if you're lucky, 1 or 2 chances a game, you're not gonna always bag. Football's a numbers game. You create more chances,
100%.
you're more likely
The players
to
that score the most goals tend to miss the most big chances. Mo Salah, the Erlings, like it's a volume thing anyway, bro. The difference is,
but where's the
like,
volume?
A lot of these players that are scoring, their team's creating so many chances, yeah.
Exactly.
You don't realize how many they're missing. You realize more when there's scarcity, bro. When there's no chances. That's when you realize.
There's a drought. There's 100%. A drought. And I'm sorry, but it shouldn't be a problem when you've got Odegaard, Eze, Wanyeri. Obviously, he's 15, so I don't really want to involve him. But Dalman, Saka, Gyökeres, these guys are even Zubamendi. And actually, whether I think Rice is at 8 or not, you're playing him further forward and he's scoring more goals. There's tools there, bro. There's tools there. Use them or use them differently. And if you can't do that, P45. But that's not going to happen. So we're here.
No, facts. But when man are saying people think it's one or the other, you can have a footballer that still bags goals. What you need to understand is, football is all about percentages. The ball is outside of the box way more than it is inside of the box. So if you're outside of the box, linking up and playing football, you can't also be inside of the box to score the goals. It's impossible. So because of that, it's one of them ones where if you want a player that's going to do the beautiful link play and all these other things, he can't get on the end of his own crosses. Like he can't, innit? He just actually can't. So there has to be either one player that goes short and one player that goes long, which is why I prefer 2 up front always. Because you got one ball player and you got one killer. Do you know what I'm saying? You can't expect man to be a ball player and a killer at the same time, especially in these kind of systems, bro. Because man say, look at Harry Kane. Harry Kane is an anomaly.
Yeah.
He's the only one in the game.
And then you factor in, we're typically playing, well, Arteta, clearly you need to learn how to break down low blocks. But I would say not just Arsenal, most of the top teams or historical top teams, you're playing stubborn units. Naturally, as you said, football is also about common sense. If you know a team's got more individual quality than you, you're not trying to go gunshot for gunshot. You're going to double down on what you can be even with, which is off the ball. So when you've got that, it's not making sense, bro. And even going to Eze now, when you actually deep it, you might not think it because of all the talk around the Zubamendi, around the Gyökeres, maybe even a Madueke. But you know, Eze's actually, he cost the most money, innit? So if I'm the Cronkies, forget tactics and all of that stuff. I'm looking at Arteta and saying, right, like whether he's the 10, whether he's the 8, whether he's left wing, whether he's fucking left back, You need to get him in the team, bro. You need to
Yeah.
get him in the team, especially when man that playing his roles are not necessarily performing. Because now it's about in Martinelli's case, you're probably playing a bit of favourites and you're over leveraging the fact of going backwards because he's not offering nothing there. I don't really want to make it about Odegaard because the man was injured, but Odegaard's form, something's going to happen. And even with the Marino thing, I think people are disingenuous. I understand 3 DMs. I did not want to see that midfield. I've seen it against Liverpool now. I've seen it against Bournemouth. I've seen it, I'm sure, Newcastle away last year, and it's stinky. But when man say 3 DMs, I hear it. Marino's is not a DM for us, and he wasn't playing like that. And I only mention that to mention this. We all know if Kai Havertz was fit, he probably would have gone with Gyökeres. But if I assume he's going to start Gyökeres and Marino would have dropped out for Kai, you're still sticking to the same script, which to a degree worked, but it didn't provide what we needed, which was obviously 3 points. Unfortunately, football is quite mundane, as you know. Like I said with you lot, when we beat you lot, obviously away from the banter, I might not really care about the performance, bro. We got the 3 points against Liverpool. Obviously, the performance was probably even. We never got the result, but that's why you always have to look at what's in front of you. You want the 3 points, but you need to look at how things are being played. And I think with my team, even though I'm more than happy to talk about that, we're actually at that stage. It is about the results. It is about the 3 points. It don't matter who was better at Anfield and all of this stuff. You need the points.
In the short term, it doesn't matter, but in the long term,
exactly,
the performances and the mentality,
you can't
and
run
the
away
substitutions, these will tell you later on down the line, when there's more on the line, the decisions your manager's going to make.
Exactly.
Because it's the start of the season. Like there's always obviously going to be pressure. There's always pressure. But if you're making these decisions now, ultimately, these are the same decisions that cost you to bottle the league against Aston Villa. Do you know what I'm saying? And so on and so forth. Like Havertz in midfield, bro. Like I can't wrap my head around that as a non-Arsenal fan and someone that wanted you to lose that game. When I saw that lineup, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Do you know what I'm saying? And when I see stuff like that, it's like watching the Liverpool game and seeing that you've got Eze there. Do you know what I'm saying? And on top of that, it's a new signing. He's had a pre-season. The brother bagged in the game before, blood. He bagged against Chelsea. So he's confident. He's coming back to the club. He's buzzing to play. Just start him.
I glow in the chat. I don't think you're listening because I said the performance does matter. Like I think it's going over your head.
Just start him, bro.
Just
do
something different. Like that.
You know what's mad?
Do something
There's bare intangibles in football, bro. You know them ones. If you start Eze, you might just thunderbolt out of nowhere just because man's gassed adrenaline and man does something crazy. Do you know
and
what
I'm not saying Liverpool are scared of us or scared of Eze, but you play Eze, you're gonna think, right, you give this guy a yard of space, he's gonna make something happen, kind of thing. And that's what annoys me about Mikel Arteta, yeah, is because as much as I think everything I've said has been fair to him and valid, yeah, there's also the other side of he will keep doing this. But the one time he doesn't, like the one thing that annoys me is we're calling for him to change and do different things. He won't do it now. The one time we don't want you to change shit is now where you change shit and it goes left. And one game that always stays out with me, it's many years ago, yeah, but I like the idea, but it was the wrong personnel. We was calling for him to change things, yeah. I think we played Brighton at home. He had, at the time, Lokonga was in the 6 and you had Smith Rowe and Odegaard rotating 8s. I like the ethos around that, but at the time, it was the wrong thing. That is the annoying thing about the gaffer. He will do those kind of things when you don't need to. And when we need it, you're not doing it. You know what you need to do, gaffer, bro.
But this is what it is, man. Ultimately, man. So it's gonna be, I don't know, bruv. It's gonna be an interesting season, isn't it? I still think that. I think the season is gonna be. I know that they've said that there's never been like a 3-horse race or whatever, but I genuinely think, yeah, I think every team in this league actually has frailties now, which is gonna make it very interesting. Liverpool have shown a lot of frailties. Obviously, they've been winning games, which is great because that's what you want to be doing. Do you know what I'm saying? Even when there's been a few frailties there, they didn't end up getting Gurhi as well from Crystal Palace. So defensively, they're short. You know what I'm saying? They're always going to score goals because of the players that they have. Like, even when I broke it down, I think as a team, they've probably got more players that can just do something out of nothing when it's not going well. And bro, Real Madrid they built their whole thing on just having better players than the other team. Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
A Sobo free kick, you saw that he can do that. Do you know what I'm saying? You seen they got Isak now, that like he can score goals. Gakpo can do something. Salah can do something.
Hugo's still there.
Ekitike can do something. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Even a Curtis Jones, he done well against us. He's not a bad player at all.
yeah, these guys can just do something. Do you know what I mean? So that's going to be interesting. Chelsea, we still don't really know what they are because obviously when I watch them, I forgot Wirtz, but he's been so shit. Yeah, but he might be able to do something
against us. I must say, man.
He's not even playing well for Germany at the moment. I can't lie. It might be a confidence
killed
thing.
in the German press. They killed him.
Yeah, it might be a confidence thing. Who knows, innit? Maybe he's just not settled. He's just not settled well to the move. Shit happens. It happens. But he's not playing well at the moment, innit? You look at Chelsea in the Club World Cup. They looked really good at times. So we know they're capable of looking good. But in the league, they haven't looked good. So, you know what I'm saying? But they've got players. So they're going to be there. They're going to be there, thereabouts. So... yeah, I mean,
I don't want
think
to be that guy, Rants, here, but like, and I think I say this every year, but it feels like everything's open. Like the title, well, I think Liverpool are a class above everyone right now, but the title is still open. Race for top 4, race for top 6, race for top 10. I'm actually happy to see a proper relegation fight for once. Like, not this where like 2 teams are down 10 games in. Everything's up for debate. Like, it does feel like it's going to be an exciting season. I know as football fans, we say that every year. But it feels like that. And like you said there, everybody's got fragilities. Like some might have to rework what they're doing in attack. Some might have to defend. Some might be crying about midfield. It might be all the manager. It might not be the manager. It's going to be an exciting season with bare ups and downs, man. It's just annoying about the international break 3 games in.
Yeah, horrible. That's what I'm saying. So it's kind of weird because no one's been able to kind of get a rhythm, blood, because there's another international break in October. Again, I think there's another 4 games, then there's another break, which is kind of jarring.
October and November.
Yeah, so it's kind of jarring, bro. But I think this league, man, are saying that a lot of people are saying Liverpool are going to walk the league this year. I don't think so. I really don't think so. The same way Isak, man, I'm forgetting Isak ain't kicked ball for 3 months. He's not just going to put on a Liverpool shirt, you know what I'm saying, and bag a hat-trick, and then bag a hat-trick, and bag a hat-trick. He's not going to do it. He ain't had a pre-season.
That's the scary thing. It's not like they don't need Isak to deliver right away. It's like he can.
No, but you're right. They don't need him.
He's really in with the guys they got. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. They don't really need him right now. They can afford to play him, into fitness. The thing is, because of everything that's happened, there's a lot of pressure for him to play and for him to score. Do you know what I mean? And for Liverpool to win games. There's a lot of pressure now. You know what I'm saying? There is. So it's going to be super interesting to see how he does there, and also how that affects Ekitike, because he's been their best player.
Feel sorry for him, man. It's almost like everyone, the football, maybe not Liverpool fans, but the world of football's forgotten about him, and he just got lost. And when you've got Isak that you're still waiting to get into full flow and see what he looks like, when you've got Salah, who Liverpool fans are obviously he's going to die by his standards, isn't it? Like he's not in full form. When you've got Wirtz, when you still got Frimmy to come back, and you've got 9 points from 9, the only way he's up. If they're allowed to walk the league, then that's because of everyone else. Like people said it last year with Liverpool, which I hear it. But if Liverpool have walked the league, then what does that say about the other 19 teams? I know we didn't win the league, but that was a rhetoric said around us, and that's the only reason we're challenging. And I hear it, but then what's going on with everyone else? If Liverpool are allowed to run away or walk the league or whatever in similar vein to last year, then it's annoying of every other team, man. But
100%. It's a reflection on what everyone else is doing. And that's why, me personally, I think there's an opportunity there for United with 1 game a week. And that's why it's like...
very underrated aspect, 1 game a week.
I'm looking at it right now, and I'm saying, hold on. This manager, factually, on paper, is the worst manager we've ever had, innit? So...
damn.
Yeah, he's the worst. Like, bro, his win percentage is like 24% or so. He's the worst, bro. So, it's one of them ones where when I'm looking at this brother... if you don't believe, that he's the guy that's going to turn it around, why even wait another month to sack him?
Pull the plug,
just sack him now, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Because
we're
just going to end up losing ground. We're losing ground. That's what we're doing, because there's a real chance that all of the big 6 teams, they're all going to take points off each other, because everyone's got weaknesses, bro. It depends on who does the job on the day.
So you can just cut through. You're just on a cut through.
Yeah, bro.
But 1 game a week, let's just cut through.
You know the thing is, you know how you end up in a top 4 race is you just beat all the teams you're supposed to beat. That's it.
Because
That's
fighting
it,
for
you
top
know.
four in theory, heavy on the third and fourth, it's a battle of the inconsistent. So if you can just
Yeah.
get a run of form, but do you really think his job's on a knife edge though?
I think it is, for the simple fact that I don't think that you invest as much as the United owners have invested in the squad. And also, you have to bear in mind, they've invested in the squad and they haven't signed a single player that he asked for. So
Shut up.
no, because he wanted Ollie Watkins. They went and got Sesko. And obviously, he wanted Gyökeres. They didn't want to pay the Gyökeres money. And then he wanted the goalkeeper from Aston Villa, and we went and got the Belgium youth. You know what I'm saying? He wanted the Stupinian, they didn't get him a fullback. There's bare man that he wanted, he didn't get. And there's bare man from Sporting that we were linked with, like the Human guy and all these things. That man were like, right, you can have Conor Gallagher on loan if we can get a dry loan. Like, if you really want a midfielder. Because they didn't want to buy him a midfielder.
And beyond him.
Yeah, so it's like they're building the team in a way that they're preparing the club for the future, whatever that future looks like.
Exactly.
It doesn't look like they're building a team for him. Do you know what I'm saying? So on top of that, like people have pointed out, our youth team aren't playing the same system. So if our youth team aren't playing the same system, if he needs a player from the youth team,
it's a myth.
It's a myth. When Van Gaal was here playing the three at the back and the 4-4-2 and the diamonds and that,
naturally,
the youth team were replicating everything we were doing. So I think the long-term future of this club is not free at the back. I think that they took a risk.
It can't be.
On a person, do you know what I'm saying? And they're seeing that, there's no longevity in this. So
especially if it's not Inter or Atalanta free at the back. You're playing a free at the back because you're either scared, you don't believe in your team's defenders, or you don't believe in the defensive ethos. We had that at my football club, but at some point it's got to change. Like at some point it's got to change. Free at the back for Man United, you're not gonna be doing that a year from now. If my man is even if Amarin claws onto his job, you're going to need to go to a 4 because it's predictable.
Yeah. That's it. It's a madness, bro. So it's one of them ones where I look at the manager right now, and he's failed so much that it's like
he hates his kids and that. Like
every time he loses,
pressure.
It's just another nail in the coffin, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just another nail in the coffin, and I think he's lost too much. Where, as a player, you know it, bro. It's hard to believe in a manager that just loses, bro, consistently, and then on top of it, he's not even open to adjusting anything, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he's not even. The one thing is, like when you look at a lot of the managers that survive, when you looked at Ten Hag, the reason why Ten Hag survived at Man United is because he tried to change up the way we played multiple times, tried different players. Arteta done the same thing at Arsenal. At the beginning when he came in, he didn't trust the players. He played his three at the back. He steadied the ship. Then he integrated a certain way. And then when he thought he couldn't get him over the line, integrated another way. Like, at least he's trying to change things. You know what I'm saying? This Arsenal set piece thing that man make fun of, it's only been there a few years. It's only been there a couple years. It's something that he's added to the Arsenal, bro. Like, Amarim just doing the same shit.
And hoping for different results, which
the same shit all the time, bro. And it's like, bro, he's had like nearly 50 games for Man United. So
do you know what? As an outsider looking in, Rants, like one thing that I feel when you lot sign players that are not bad players, or a manager which, on paper, fair enough, we can say Amarin's dead, Van Gaal's dead. Well, you can't say that about Van Gaal, but all the list of things. I think one thing that I see as an outsider looking at Amarin, right, is it's to a degree managing at Man United or playing at Man United. Of course, if you're the manager, it's about tactics. The players, it's about if you're good enough. But there's an element of pressure. The shirt is very heavy. Like the shirt and the expectation, all of them are very happy. And I don't know Amarin, but it doesn't feel like you comprehended that. Or if you really knew that and going into Man United, I don't think you truly comprehended it the minute you've signed and you've got the office and it's okay. It's now time to work now. It looks like he's breaking. And I think these managers in this day and age, kind of piggybacking off what you said earlier, these are allowed to die on their sword. It's a my way or the highway thing. There's not really like player power. Like obviously player power is still there. You could argue it's never been as strong as it is before than it was a few years ago. But you're always going to win the battle of players. Look at Maino. Maino never got his loan, apparently, and whatnot. You're going to just play your way, my way or the highway. You man are spoiled and you're used to the bouginess, even with my manager. Like you haven't had to grind like that. You've got the Arsenal. Fair enough, you had Mustafi and all of that, but You didn't have to go through the lower leagues and all these things. So I think these things shoot these managers in the arse, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, bro. And the thing is, he came in bare
Exactly
confident because he was a big fish in a small pond. Like, he was in Portugal. Do you know what I mean? He did well pretty quickly early on. He started to believe the hype about himself. Do you know what I mean? Man would have seen the Mourinho comparisons. They're saying he came to Old Trafford and under Mourinho was doing some shadowing and all these other things. He's doing well in Portugal. Everyone's kissing his ass. They love him at Sporting. A man thought he was just going to walk into Manchester United and he was going to do the same thing again. And it's been a big shock for him, bro. And it's like, he's starting to realize that he's not who he thought he was. And, bro, sometimes that can be a killer for people.
That could be the best thing or the worst thing for you.
Bro, my man's in the dugout. You know what I mean? Crouching down and that during the penalty shootout, bro, looking like he wanted the grass to open up and just take him away, bro.
Even like, his reaction when you lot bagged against, I think when you lot got the penalty against Burnley. Now, fair enough, I know Sky Sports play a bit of a game, but he looks like that's why I mentioned that comment. He looks like you can't handle it. You can't handle it. And there's no escaping from it.
You can't. And the thing is, it's mad because I see parallels with like Pep, in terms of right now, I said it last season. Pep's never been in a rut where no matter what he does, he's losing games. And
it's not banging.
And then as soon as this happened, it looks like he doesn't know where to go, bro. Like, he's visibly uncomfortable. Like, he can't believe it's happening. And I think Ruben's the same. It's like, even though he's had a shorter career, he's had nothing but success the whole time and people kissing his ass to the point now where when he's losing every week, he can't believe it. Like, he's not used to this, bro. Do you know what I mean? He's in disbelief. He's thinking it must be someone else's fault. That's why he's saying, oh, the players have done this and that, and it's not the system, it's not this, it's not that. Do you know what I mean? Of course it is.
Rants, I'll relate it back to Arsenal. You're right about that, but I'll relate it back to Arsenal because I said, like, with the attack, there's a couple of attackers that maybe not people rate, but they'll go to other clubs or people would have them. You look at several players in that Man United team, I'd have them as part of my team, and I'm sure other managers in the Prem would have them. These managers need to stop acting like they're working with Sunday League half fit, Alan from the pub with a beer belly. You've got decent players. And I think many football fans are fair. If they sit there and say, you know what, the system, I might not like it, but I can see it. This one's not scoring goals. This one's falling off. The game tactics are working. You would have to say, with Arteta, but relating it to Amarin, fair play. But when you've got that win percentage, when you went out to Grimsby, you lost to Spurs, you're not doing what you need to do. Nobody's really seeing, for all of the YouTube videos United fans were probably watching and tactic videos, you're not seeing anything. You've got no hiding place, bro. You've got no hiding place. Now, again, this will be the best thing for Amarin or the worst thing because you're learning about yourself. Like you said, it's a culture shock. What do you mean I'm failing? I thought Man United, I'm going to take them back to where they need to. This could help you. And Amarin needs to remember that if it doesn't work out at Man United, it's not the end of the world. You're not the first manager that ain't banged at Man United. You've got a good job very early in your career. You would have learned a lot, good and bad. So relish that. Just show a bit of. I think a lot of these managers, I can't say they lack courage because if the world is saying change your tactics and you're doing the same things, that is courage. But traditional bravery, like you can't. There's no hiding place, and not only
is it courage or is it just straight arrogance, bro? Because it could just be arrogance. You know the ones because it's like, no, I know better than you, so I'm just gonna do what I'm doing.
Because Fergie had that, Klopp had that, Wenger had that, Jose had that. It worked, as you know. Life's a contradiction.
But to have arrogance when you're to have arrogance when you're constantly failing, it's a very ugly trait. You know them ones because it's like, bro, if you're doing something and it's working, and someone says to you it's not working, you could tell them to go fuck themselves. Like, do you know what I'm saying? It is what it is because it's working. But when it's not working and you're saying, nah, I'm gonna keep doing it anyway, then bro, that kind of stubbornness and that arrogance, it's like, where are you getting the confidence from in what you're doing, bro?
Where's the conviction in your belief? Because
but where does that conviction come from? This is my thing, because it's like you have to say something, but if you actually believe something, I need to know why you believe that. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it worked in Portugal, but this ain't Portugal. It hasn't worked here.
But you see how you articulated that? That's when we was on the Arsenal segment. That is what I'm saying. Like, it's like, why are you doing this? Of course, you're not going to tell me, armchair expert, but you've got to make it work. Because I genuinely think with Amarin and Mikel Arteta, you two are standing in the rain and complaining you're wet. You've been given more so us, but you've got an umbrella, you've got a jacket, you've got an iPhone to see the weather forecast. You've got 3 ways of getting about it. So if you're gonna stand in the rain and get wet and you got flip-flops on, you have to hold that, bro. You have to. You have
This
to,
is
and
what
it's
I'm
about
saying.
time we ask questions. Exactly.
Yeah.
Slot knows the thing. Last season he boxed cleverly. Didn't have a good transfer window. He thought, all right, let me just find the thing, run with it, and we're gone. This year he's having his window. You're gonna more see on Slot's Liverpool, quote unquote. That's a smart man, and I can't talk for Amarim, but I've said this in the last 2 years with Mikel Arteta. I always think, fair enough, people could laugh at Arne Slot and say, oh, he won the Dutch league at the time of walking into Liverpool. But the experience you get from being a title-winning manager, knowing that I might want to try these tactics, but right now, this is what I want to do, that must have helped him just make it more seamless at Liverpool. And when you've got Mikel Arteta that's learned from Pep, where it's Pep's way or the highway type of thing, rightly so he's earned that, you're going to have that kind of bouginess. And then we've reinforced that because you've been given everything. You've won every player battle. Of course, there's been times he's had to utilize what's available of him, but that hasn't been the case in the last 3 years, now 4, going into this year. But this is where these managers struggle, bro. Big up fams on for the raid as well, man.
Yo, big up. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you know what it is with Arne Slot, yeah? It's like, it's the humility, bro. That's the reason why he won the league, bro. Because I watched his first press conference and the brother literally came in and said, yo, there's a lot of things that this team does well, so I don't need to touch that. And you know how humble you need to be as a coach to say that, because a lot of men want to step in, especially when you got big shoes to fill after someone like Klopp and say, bro, this is my club, gonna do things my way and this, that. Nah, he didn't do that. Do you know what I'm saying? And a lot of guys, David Moyes done that at Man United. He came into Man United, said, all right, cool, Fergie's not here no more. Sacked everyone, said, yo, I'm doing things my way. He was out on his ass. Do you know what I'm saying? And like, there's ways to move in certain situations, bro.
There's a time
and he came in and he was humble enough to understand that, yo, I've come into a machine that's very well oiled here and it's functioning. So I'm going to keep all the best of what they already have, and I'm going to try and implement little bits or tweak little things that I think could improve this team. And he did that. And in my opinion, he's made them better. He's made them better.
You make more wholesale changes as you go along, like as you kind of earn that bit of rope, really and truly. Don't do too much too soon, especially because it could have went. I guess you're happy if you're Liverpool and not so much if you don't. But it could have went left for Slot, because everything they say in life, avoid stepping in a great man's shoes. He's coming under Klopp, where he's made Liverpool what he's done. Obviously, Emre, you'll always have my praise, because anyone that's going to step in after Wenger, you're going to be in issues. But you tried to do too much. Obviously, you mentioned David Moyes after Sir Alex Ferguson. You've tried to do too much. You need to know how to box and when to box smartly, or you're not going to last long. If these managers, they come out swinging, obviously you're on the attack. You leave your chin in there for the rivals, you're out of it. But this is something we're going to see time and time again, not just at my club, your club, everywhere. This is, as you said at the start of the live stream, bro, this is the dynamics of what football is now. Yeah. It's what it is.
100%. And Omo, this is facts. They do still counter, or should I say, they still transition like they did at with Klopp, but they keep the ball better and their defensive shape is better. Against Klopp's teams, I always felt like Klopp's teams could batter you, but also they'll give you more chances as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like when we beat Liverpool in the cup, it was because it turned into a basketball game, and we just happened to fortunately come out at the right end of the result that day.
Was that the one Maino scored?
I think was that against City, Kobe's goal, or was it against Liverpool?
I don't know.
Was that the one where Anthony came off the bench? And I swear it was that game. What game was that? Was that quarters or semis? That was the Ahmad goal when Garnacho gave him the shit pass, blood, and he kept it alive. 4-3 FA Cup. You see that game? 4-3. You're not winning a 4-3 game against Arne Slot's Liverpool, because they're not conceding 3 goals.
Definitely not what he got is that now.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, bro, they're just not doing that. Do you see what I'm saying?
The only way you do that is concede less.
And this is the point. So when you look at that situation, yeah, Klopp's teams always kind of gave you a chance in it because they were so positive and proactive on the front foot that they would leave gaps. Do you know what I'm saying? But this Liverpool are not conceding those chances, bro. So I believe that even though maybe they're not as entertaining, they're a better team now
Even
because
entertaining. If you're a Liverpool
they've
fan,
kept
you
the
care?
good things and then they've added some other things. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't think that this team have lost anything. I don't think they've lost anything because they're still scoring goals. They're still scoring, bro. I think they got 8 goals in 3 games or something like that.
They've
They're still
selected
scoring.
the perfect successor, man. Like, it's been seamless.
So yeah, I wouldn't say that. I'd say what they've gained more than they've lost. And that's not to say that Slot's a better manager because he's not. But there's no this Liverpool without Klopp. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it goes hand in hand. But you would much rather play against Klopp's Liverpool, seeing this Liverpool, because this fucking Liverpool look like they're not going to concede.
And there's so much more gears to go up, man.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, bro,
9
like it's
from
a
9.
madness.
Madness.
So that man saying the big difference is the midfield. Exactly. The control that they have in midfield now with them 2 footballers as opposed to a Henderson Milner or a Fabinho
Even how
or
they
whatever,
play,
bro.
Gravenberch, he's playing as a 6.
Yeah. And he's not a 6, bro. So the control there, the press resistance, his ability to receive the ball off the centre-backs and carry the ball through the midfield. It's a different
Identifying
dynamic.
who and how to do that without just always waffling about signings.
That's it. So, I mean, Liverpool, like, they've evolved well, and you've seen with a manager, if he comes in and he looks at what they do well, and he says, I'm going to leave that, and I'm just going to focus on the things I think I can improve. This is why I think, yeah, that a new manager at Arsenal could potentially get them over the line. So I'll be happy as long as Arteta's there. Because if they do replace Arteta, there's a real chance that they could go that extra step. Because
who are we gonna
building
get,
blocks
Rants?
are there.
Remember where we was, Rants. You gotta be grateful, Rants. We was back-to-back 8.
Because they're there. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the building blocks are there. The defensive structure's already there. All you need to do is get a manager to say, yo, when we get in the final third, do the mad thing, bro. Like, none of this cutting in, floating back post and all that, bro. Just play.
Slot, if you want a real challenge, man, you know where to rock up, man. You've done it.
I'm saying that, and this is what it is, bro. And I think that a lot of these teams, when I look at the United squad as well, people look at our squad and say that, oh yeah, you'll be lucky to finish in the top 6. It's because of who the manager is. If you give these players to a good manager, that if Xavi comes in tomorrow, yeah, at Man United, no one's gonna say, oh yeah, top 6 finish is good. They're not gonna say that. If Zidane was the manager or someone with a name, they're not gonna say, oh yeah, you can finish top 6, top 7 with these players. With Cunha and Bumo and these man, and you're saying, oh, top 6, top 7. So what? We're allowed to finish below Newcastle and Spurs and Villa and them teams. We shouldn't be finishing below these teams. Like, we shouldn't.
Just with 1 game a week, which is again very underestimated aspect of where you lot could go for this season domestically.
But this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, a lot of people look at the things and they're dampening the expectations because they don't believe in the manager. But what they should actually be doing is saying, actually, he's not good enough. That's what they should be doing. But they're doing the coward thing, saying, oh yeah, what, top 6 is it's not a good season finishing top 6 with 1 game a week.
It's better than last year. That's probably what they need to say. But it's still
but even
not
then,
where you want to be.
But bro, man can't say better than last year because Spurs finished below us in the league, won the Europa, sacked their manager. Do you know what I'm saying? And they look better than us this season. So, like, we're not looking at where Spurs finished last season. We can't say, because a lot of people think Spurs are going to finish above us, but they finished below us last season. So why is the energy not the same? They haven't had a better transfer window than us.
If they do, it's due to the manager. Because
exactly. And I think that they do finish above us if we keep hammering to the end of the season because they have a better manager.
I want them lot to finish as low as possible.
They haven't had a better window than us. They actually haven't. We spent more money than them.
Simmons, Xavi Simmons,
I like Kudus. Kudus is a good signing.
He is. Paulinho, I think they needed that.
But that's what I'm saying. And they got Colomwani, bro, on loan. Yeah, see, teams are saying, see, man are saying Tottenham will finish 6th. So that means, do you think United are finishing outside the top 6? Obviously, if they keep Ruben Amorim, they do finish outside the top 6. I agree. They absolutely do. But it's only because of the manager.
There by the end of the year, it's too much on knife edge.
Bro, like, it's crazy. Like, it's actually crazy, bro. Like, loads of people are looking at where Man United should finish based on who's in charge, bro. That's it. it's a very good, it's a good window for Spurs. The Xavi Simons, I don't really rate him like that, and I don't know how he's gonna do. Kolo Muani, I don't really rate like that. I'm not sure how he's gonna do.
Paulinho, I think that's their
we
best
know what he
signing.
can do. Kudus, we know what he can do.
Competent.
You know what I'm saying? The Kolo Muani, I'm not sure because certain man thought Tell was gonna do well. Do you know what I mean? And Tell's garbage.
He's not been named in the Champions League squad. Thomas Frank don't rate him. Which
Bro,
makes
certain Man
why
United
they brought
fans
him,
wanted
they will
Tell, you know. We got linked with him. And I told a lot of men, I said, this
I
brer
wanted him still. I
is
can't lie.
whack. He got linked with us. Maybe, was it you lot in the same window?
He was linked with us. He was whoring himself out. That was it January.
Yeah.
He was whoring himself out. I'd
That's
had
it.
him.
Trash. And see, man, I say Newcastle going to finish above us. Spurs going to finish above us. So that means we're finishing outside the top 6 then.
So who's the chewing for top 6? What, in no order? Liverpool, Arsenal, City, Chelsea.
Yeah, so that means we're finishing outside the top 6.
There's always a one dark horse, but
yeah, so that means 5 and 6 are going to be Newcastle and Tottenham. So that means we're finishing 7th or 8th, which is unacceptable. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Newcastle's a stubborn outfit. You can't sleep on them, but they have lost Isaac. Like,
But they got
Visa's
2
great.
strikers in that are good though.
True, I do like Walt made, but I ain't seen you kick a ball in England. Visa, it is what it is. Yeah, you gotta have Newcastle up there. That's fine.
See what I'm saying? So man are saying United finishing outside the top 6. Is that acceptable for the squad that we have? No, it's not,
United,
bro.
Spurs. It all depends, man. It all depends without talking about injuries and all of these kind of things.
Again, we got
You
one
lot got
game
a
a
game
week.
Yeah,
We got
that's what
one
I'm
game a
saying.
week.
That's why I think you lot will be in the top 6 because you've got, and if you don't, it's on
Newcastle
average,
and
you've got one
Spurs
game
got
a week.
Champions League. So we have to be
Everyone else got
finishing
bare
above
games.
these teams.
You've got even less games now because of the Grimsby thing. So I think people are sleeping on that aspect. That's why if I was a United fan, I'd be even harsher on Amarin to show me week in, week out what we're trying to do tactically. Because you never get time to rest, but you've got time to rest. You ain't got, oh, raw, we're playing on Saturday, Sunday, then we're playing on a Tuesday, Wednesday. You've got time to actually think now. So it's down to him. Down to your
This is
gaffer,
what I'm
down to
saying.
mine.
If we have Oliver Glasner, yeah, he gets us top 5. Man saying top 4. Maybe, but he definitely gets us top 5 because
Them kind of
outside
three at the back, I'm on because you can see an ethos behind it.
yeah, behind the usuals, because I think we all know what the top 4 is gonna be. It's just what order it's gonna be in. Outside of that, we should be finishing above everyone else with the right manager. I think Glasner could do that. I believe he could do that. So, like, as much
He'll
as
get a top
I
job
like
too.
Spurs and I like Newcastle, I think with the right manager, we should be beating them. We should be, and that's just
your
what it is.
consistency
So
over a 38 game calendar, isn't it? It's what's going to come into question.
So our owners got a decision to make, bro. You know what I'm saying? With Amarim, not only do we not get top 6, but we have to start looking at teams like Aston Villa and Nottingham Forest and say, yo, are we going to finish above them? That's the reality. Because Nottingham Forest are showing intent in the window.
True.
Do you know what I'm saying? They're showing intent. And Aston Villa, because of Emery's ability to set up his teams, they're always going to be there or thereabouts in that next kind of thing, because he can set up a mean mid-block and just not lose games. Like, Everton are looking decent as well. Like, bro, Man United could get dragged into a whole new other bullshit, you know, that we don't want to be dragged into.
As well. Ariola's doing madness, has been doing madness for a while now. I don't think they get
Brighton
top 6,
and that,
but you never know.
We can end up getting dragged into the Brighton, Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa situation easily.
It's a shame about Palace and Brentford, or they might even maybe not top 6, but might be able to do a thing. It all depends, though.
You see that? Man can get dragged into this thing. Man can get dragged into the race for the Conference League. That's what we could get dragged into real quick. Bro, I'm telling you. Bro, Villa and Forest for sure, we can get dragged into that kind of company.
Forest have an ethos, man. Bournemouth, I think they play some of the best football in the Premier League. Palace,
and no one's talking about Brighton.
No one's talking about Brighton. Obviously, I would typically add Brentford, but you know they've been ransacked in it, and their priorities are probably staying in the league.
Yeah,
this is why the Premier League's exciting. You can't really make anything like at a push. I would say if you had to force me for a prediction, I'd say Liverpool to win the league. Other than that, you don't know who's going to be 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, top 10, relegated. The list goes on. It's going to be a good year, man.
No, it's going to be serious. I can't lie. Like, I think it's going to be entertaining, but I don't know how entertaining it's going to be for us. I think the longer that we keep this manager, the more pain that we're going to go through, bro. You know what I mean? Because he's clearly not the right person. I think at this point, if you think that he's the right manager, you're just enjoying seeing man in real pain, bruv. This is what it is. Because I'm struggling to enjoy the football matches because I know we should be doing better.
Join the
I
club.
know we should be doing better. So, bro, it's dead. Actually dead, people.
Join the club, man.
But yo, you lot, run up the lights, people. You know what I'm saying? We got need 1,200 in here.
Come on.
We ain't even got 500 lights. We're on 350 or something. Run that up. What have we got? What have we got coming up? Have you got anything else coming up for the day, fam?
No, man. I went Vibes Cartel concert yesterday. I'm going out again shortly, man.
What was that saying anyway, blood?
Mad. I've completed life now. I've seen Thierry Henry, Messi, 50 Cent, and now him. Mad. They said he can't perform. I know people were slagging him off on Thursday. Thursday's an idiot thing. Friday was fucking sick, Rants, man. I want to go back again. I might go Birmingham for no reason. I can't lie, man.
Nah, but you know what it is with people? People are dumb, bro, because it's like, he's an old man now. Would you expect man to be doing? Would you expect him to be doing?
Knee brace on and that.
But that's what I mean. Would you expect man really to be doing at his big age after being in jail and all these things and been ill? Like, you need to temper your expectations. What you thought, man, you was going to see Chris Brown or something?
He brought out Sneaky as well. The only thing I would say, he brought out Krypton Cone, and I ain't trying to hear that. It was getting all Shoreditchy, like just Jamaica, this whole thing up. But apart from that, it's fucking cold. Sneaky done his thing, but bro, Vibes was cold. They were all trying to tell him to come off the stage. He's back. Yeah, hey, Vibes, my guy for life, man. Hey, Little Dirk seen homies gassing me, man. And he brought out Sean as well. Oh, listen, big up Vibes, man.
But that's what I'm saying. Is an old man's gone through trials and tribulations and that, bro. Listen, when you're going there, you're going to support the thing. You get me? And bro, you're supposed to be the Vibes. You know them ones.
It made me think Arsenal gonna win the league. You know, I was like, raw.
Nah, it's not that. Still.
We didn't think he was gonna make it. Maybe win the league, but
it's not that. Do you know what I'm saying? So man said, "Hey, bro, you man are bad man, bro. You man always do it when Deluded's here." Man's talking to bro. Listen, I don't even know that, bro. You know what's wicked? You know how I know? Yeah, I don't give a toss because that's been everywhere. Yeah, and I still don't know what's happened. You know, like, bro, like, you know what's bad, Deluded? Like, bro. This has been on my timeline all the time, and I've just ignored it. I just keep swiping, and I've been seeing bare stuff. I've been seeing bare think pieces. I haven't read a single one. I don't know what's happened. I'm just seeing my man just shouting here, and obviously I just ain't got the audio one because man have to click on the videos to have the audio ones. So I'm just seeing this bare shouting all over my timeline and bare fuckery, and I don't know what's happened, bro.
Oh, he was doing the most. He was like, oh. This is why I don't talk to black girls. You lot don't know your place.
What did he do, bro? I don't understand.
He's on some. You see that back chat thing, like where they sit in the kitchen and.
But that's back.
Yeah, trust. Like
our
people are never getting out the hood.
In the gym, bro. Like I remember when that first came out, man used to be in the gym, and I used to watch that in the morning, like when I had my 6 a.m. starts and that was way back. Like I didn't know that was still on.
I even see the girl for what's her name, man? Young Spray's old co-host, man. Fuck's sake. Ice Cream or whatever. She was there. She's too old to be there. I don't know. You need to do better. You're better than that. But they were slagging each other off. He was on that whole, this is why I don't like black gal and that. Just say you can't get black women, bro. Just like, fam. And it's to the point where you know how Twitter is, in it. He started talking about, like, I think he said my Asian queen or something. Someone was like, hold on, your girls, you say you're getting onto black girls about weeks, but then she's got extensions on. People started calling her. He's just he's moving mentally unstable, bro. You're allowed to have your preferences and all of that. The minute you take it left, you're gonna hold corn, bro. You're gonna hold corn, and there's onto him. They call him gingerbread man and bare different slander. And he's done at it, man. Done at it. He definitely got elements.
The one thing I say is that man there, yeah. Like as soon as I see a brother, yeah, having a full-blown argument with a woman, yeah, you're washed. You know that one.
You're not gonna win.
Bro, not only are you not gonna win, yeah, but bro. You're fighting their fight. You never do that. You never do that. As soon as a gal has got you raising your voice, you've lost. You've lost, bro. There's only one winner.
Just to respond, not to listen. You've lost.
There's only one winner after that, you know, because bro, they drag you into deep waters, fam. You know what I mean? Deep waters.
You're done. And this, arguing with women, that's dead. You can't win.
It's this, bro.
Bare feminine man.
Bro, if you have to raise your voice, you've already lost, bro. Because that means you ain't got no presence in the room, you know. None whatsoever. She's not rating you. Do you know what I mean? And then when you got a shout, you've lost. and then you're shouting in front of people as well. You're making an ass of yourself.
The optics look horrible. It's
horrible. Like, even if you're in the right as a man, if you're shouting and raising your voice and getting a brother, you've lost.
Exactly.
You've lost.
Exactly. You're gonna talk to women like that. You're done. You're finished.
It's crazy. But bro, as a man, you shouldn't have to speak to a woman like that because they hate being ignored more.
Exactly.
They prefer when you engage with them and you shout, bro. If she's doing fuckeries, bro, it's simple, right? I'm not having this conversation. Boom.
But you can see them kind of man. They only got energy for women though. That's when they're on shouting. They speak to you or me or anyone
and again,
else.
It's a feminine thing because you ain't got the energy for a man that'll box you in the face, and this is the problem.
Duppy know you for frightened, man.
Yeah, you don't have that energy, and this is why when I see man doing that, even if he was in the right, you're in the wrong now because you ain't handled it like a man, so you're an idiot now.
Exactly.
It's the
Especially
reality.
when she was doing the whole, like, in the video, she's like, say something then, bro, relax.
But you see what I mean? Because, bro, when a girl is doing that to you, she don't respect you as a man, bro, because she shouldn't be talking to you like that.
She don't rate your That's what he was saying. He's like, as a man, you lot don't shut up and know your place. And even if you're right, girl are going to look at you and say, why would I want you to lead me, bro? If you can't control your emotions, what? And I'm not here to control
exactly.
You're done,
but
bro.
Again, that's why stoicism is important. Once a girl sees that you can't control your emotions, there's no respect for you. Exactly. Do you know what I'm saying? If she tries to punk you, yeah, and you just look at her a certain way and you let her know it's not running,
yeah,
more times they'll shut up. More times they will.
That leaves a stench on them. They can't take it. They're used to a man doing the emotional thing. They're used to a man doing, oh, please don't chat to me. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. You see, if you're the man that walked away or walks away from anything, she's always going to remember you. That's going to make her on.
And now man's gone and cancelled himself. You know them ones. Man's gone and cancelled himself. I don't even know who his audience is, but do you know what I'm saying? His audience probably isn't them black girl anyway, so he might be okay. However,
he might be okay, but nah, you rubbed yourself
But bro, the fact that you're coming out and having to explain yourself because you crashed out, you know what I mean, on the internet, and you crashed out over something that you didn't need to crash out over.
With a woman that looks half his age, if I'm brutally honest, it looks like the youngest gal in the room is doing all of that. So again, read the room. The little girl, bro. She looks like a little girl. Like, come on. Yeah. You got rage baited. Yeah, but he's an idiot. You know, if you go on them platforms, what's gonna happen, bro? You know, if Shadeborough bring out a random YouTube show and they say Rants and DG go on it, you know they're trying to get viral clips. Know where you're stepping, bro. If you're going to Anfield away, you're going to Anfield away. If you're playing the Emirates at home, you're in the Emirates at home. Come on, it's the same with YouTube. You know, if you're doing certain content with certain man, you're not gonna get a logical conversation. You need to, thinking is the most underrated aspect in this life, bro.
Nah, it's crazy, bro. And then when man start doing that and you start shouting and you show that you can't control your emotion, that's when man start accusing you of doing other things and saying, he probably does this and he probably does that. Because it's like, bro, you got caught lacking, bro. Like, it's not a good look, bro. If you're a grown man and you're still behaving like that and you can't regulate your emotions as a grown man, there's something wrong, cuz.
And then
that's the only thing I took from it. I just see man shouting and I was just like, hold on.
Bro, they done him dirty. He done himself dirty, sorry. He started saying, oh, yeah, I've got a mum, I've got 2 black parents, black queens, It's like, it's too late for that PR thing, my brother. You're done out here, bro. You've done yourself, bro. You've done yourself, cuz. They don't want to hear that. He's like, he started saying, I don't want a girl like my mum, so why would I go for girls that are acting like my mum? You're looking like you got some serious self-hate and unresolved trauma,
it's crazy,
bro.
You know.
You wrapped yourself, bro. You wrapped himself.
Yeah. He's done. He's done, innit? He's done. Like, it's one of them ones that I'm not a fan of that show now. I liked it at the time because it was scandalous, innit? And it was the first of its kind, innit? But it's one of them ones where it's like, man's from Northwest, blood, and I see bare South man there in this thing, and it was just a bit too mad for me. Like, I used to think my ends was mad, and then man see some of the South things, and I'm thinking, yo, that's the real slums, you know? Yeah. That's the real, like, I can't lie.
Like, never making it out. People are never making it out, man.
Bro, I swear down, bro. Because that, bro, man grew up in Northwest, and Northwest is just West London, innit? So even though like it gets a bit grimy, man are a bit like, I don't know. It's the more bougie side, innit?
There's a bit more something to it. But
South is the real slums. Like, they can have that there, and parts of like fucking Tower Hamlets and East and that, they man can have that. I can't lie. They might have that. Do you know what I'm saying? But the South thing, when I saw how them South things were moving, I was like, yeah, I ain't seen behavior like this. I can't lie. I ain't seen behavior like this. Bro,
but then read the room. She's probably
Bro,
gonna
I
ask you,
couldn't
can you
be in a
do it?
room
Like,
with these
read the
things
room.
deluded. I couldn't be in a room with these things. They're grimy. Like, do you know what I
Grimy,
mean? They're
bro.
real grimy.
Grimy. It's not even the nice. Big them up, but it's not even the nice things drawing you out. That's the next one. Like, if it's a nice thing drawing you out, fair. We get drawn out by meaty, girl. Your media as well, but yeah, meaty is. Oh Lord
Yeah.
God,
Bro.
gingerbread man, whatever your name is, you outdone yourself, fella.
Yeah, bro. Man said, look at Stonebridge, bro. Listen, Stonebridge is calm, bro, compared to this.
They knocked down the block,
Bro, that's all home to me. Stonebridge, Church Road, Harsden, and that, bro. Like, it's all calm compared
that's
to
the
that
Hamptons
part of
compared
South.
to South.
Them things there in the South things are grimy. Like, real grimy. Like, the way they talk to these men as well. Like, I see why their head gets hot, but I just leave the room.
Bro, again,
I just leave the room.
it's
But
a
them even like
woman.
real man
You're
them,
gonna
bro.
lose.
Like, real man them. Like, this guy crashed out and ruined his whole brand, yeah? Oh, like, do you know what I mean? Nah, but them girls are different.
There's other girls that might genuinely have thought you was a good guy or whatever. Oh, so that's how you talk to women. I wouldn't feel safe around you. You're done. You're done.
It's mental.
Idiot.
Like, them things are riding BMXs or in fucking Night Techs, bro. These gal. Them South things. In Air Maxes. Bro. At least the things in Western that, you get me? At least they'll put on their jeans or something. You know them one there, bro. It's crazy. At least they'll put on the jeans.
Things, man. These are just them gal. Bro, back in my day, they're them sort of girls. You get some Desirano, you get a spliff. Bob is your uncle. He's arguing with them sort of girls as a grown man. Crazy, you, bro. Crazy. Don't even have to give it all. Give them the roach. Give them a shot. And they're just happy to be there. 3 yards, they're here for it.
Nah, facts, bro.
Gingerbread man. You done yourself dirty, man.
Nah, it's mad. He's cooked, innit? Like, he's actually cooked. Do you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, bro. Man, them, you have to handle your emotions, yeah? Or these gal will handle them for you, bro.
Exactly.
And
but
this, and this is what it is.
Why didn't he just say, all right, cool? Because there's a reality. He could have made her look crazy. If you just shut up and say, oh, forget it, she looks mad. You made yourself look
man
madder than
where's your hair, bro? Like, that's something a gal would say to another gal. You know them, man. That's something a gal would say to another gal. Because when gal are beefing, it gets personal real quick. And then, so as a man, as soon as you feel like you have to go, there with a woman, you've lost, bro. Because it's mad feminine, bro. Man don't need to talk about your hair or your this or your that. Man, I'm just not engaging. Know about
hair like that? Because you're rubbing yourself out. It's
crazy. I am not engaging, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's an example, man. This is where you don't want to be. Do you know what I'm saying? Like this is where you don't want to be.
Why are you arguing with a young thing in the first place?
That's it, bro. Man got tricked out his position, bro. And now man's doing up apologies on the internet. That could never be me. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not apologizing. Because anything I said, I meant it.
Yeah, fuck that. Now you look like
anything I said, I meant it. Because I was calm enough to deliver.
You're done.
Yeah, I was calm enough to deliver anything I delivered, bro. You'll never see me online and my head's so hot that I'm just saying things. Like, what? Like, what? Never.
And when you're angry, that's when you need to think the most, bro.
But
we've all been there, hot-headed, moving mad.
This is it.
Come on.
When you're angry, that's when you need to think the most. Remember, that's like being in the dugout, bro. You're 2-0 down. There's half an hour left. Man have to think. Like, what are you talking about?
In-game management.
Bro, we're going out the cup. Man, we're going out the cup. Man have to make changes. Man have to get tactical. That's what it is, bro.
You need to do the Carlo Ancelotti thing. Just relax. Just Real Madrid.
Bro, it's crazy. You got 30 minutes to change the script. Whole story needs to get ripped up, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? That's when you need to think.
Because there's grown things. They're actually not siding with him, but they're seeing both sides of it. Bro, just act calm, collected. The grown things, I'm telling you, you can get numbers. Bob can be your uncle. But again, game management on the floor. Horrible. And the thing is, you know what's so mad as well? You know what's so mad, yeah? He's probably texting the producers of YouTube like, oh, can you do this? Can you click that? They don't care. They're laughing. They're laughing at, man, they're laughing at you. They're getting engagements. They're getting clicks. They're getting comments. The game is the game. This guy played himself. And I swear, I'm sure even that I think he does the comedy thing. I'm sure, don't quote me, but he does something either with Margs with the pen game or something of that ilk. He was doing 1-2 things. Now, what if they say, oh, yeah, no, we can't have you around because you scare women and you do this and you do that? Yeah. Tricked out your position. Fucking dickhead.
But this is what I'm saying, man. You're 2-0 down, 30 minutes to go. You got to affect the game and then you go get yourself sent off. Because that's what, man, that head loss. You shagged your team, bro. You
For no
shagged
reason.
your team.
It reminds me of Gerrard against United a few years ago. I'm sure he got subbed and he got a
He
red for
subbed
no
on
reason.
and sent off, bro.
Just
He
moving
stamped on a
mad.
player like 10 seconds into the game. He shagged himself. That's what man done. He done a Stevie G, bro. I feel like that was his last Man United game as well, you know.
Maybe he was burst. Maybe he was burst and he felt some sort of way, but I don't know. I don't know, man. Because that's way, I don't know. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know if he's got unresolved trauma. I don't know if he was burst. I don't know if he lacks emotional intelligence. But you genuinely came across to me. I think I've seen youths like that millions of times where if you have a girlfriend, they're going to think you're a gunman. He's mad crazy and this. But you're fucking Gandhi with men, bro. Like, you're Gandhi with men. Seen interviews where you're conducting yourself as a normal person. So you are looking like someone that is ready to wheel off and move mad with gal and be very diplomatic with man. It's not looking good, bro.
Yeah, nah, it's foolishness, bro. Good. You know what I'm saying?
Foolishness.
Hey, big up Phil Jones. Yeah, facts. You know they're way there, bro. Trust me, turn the game on his head in the last 10 minutes, bro. That's what man have to do, bro. Listen, when you're under pressure, that's when you need to change. You need to switch it up. You don't fight fire with fire in those situations because the gal will always win, bro. Once you raise your voice, you've lost. Do you know what I'm saying? If you lose your mind and start throwing things or saying things, you've lost, bro.
Big up, gal. You know why I won't argue with women? Because as a man, it doesn't matter. God forbid if someone's died in your life, whatever's happened. You see, if you wake up the next day, you have to get on with it. Girls can wake up and things can happen and say, oh, I'm just going to have a bad day. Who wants to argue with someone like that? I'm not on that. I can't argue with people that know they're hungry and don't know what to eat. This is the illogical stuff you're going against. Control yourself, bro. Control yourself, bro. Come on, fam.
Nah, but it's true though. Things will be like, I'm hungry. What do you want to eat? Anything. And everything you pick, they don't want that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Bro, you want to argue with someone like that? For real?
Exactly.
like for real? Like, right. You hungry? Yeah, I'm hungry. Oh, what do you want to eat? Oh, you pick. Oh, do you want burgers? Nah, I don't want that.
No, I don't want that.
Bro,
Steak,
man.
burgers, don't want none of
sushi? Nah, I don't want that. Don't feel like that. So what do you feel like? Brother, like, bro, you want to argue with that? Safe. I'm not on it. What's man talking about? As soon as they start moving mad, I'm like, safe. Yeah, you're right, man.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Do you know
bruv.
what? We need dons like that, Rants, because then people can see how you're supposed to move. And because obviously you got a lot of people who are young and impressionable who are on your platform. If you don't know how you should move, just go and look at how you shouldn't. And that is the case study of how you should not conduct yourself. He's now getting his girl corn. They're coming for his looks. He's high, probably his bag. You know, get it out of context. There's probably an element of judging his character without knowing him, but no one cares. It's out there for life.
And also, it's the future earnings are fucked now because you're not getting invited back probably, and then other things that you might have got, you're not getting now.
You're fucking up the bills in the cost of living. Fair enough, lad.
Nice, it's mental. Man. You know what I'm saying? It's actually brazy, people. Man. Hey, you lot, man. That 500 likes. Make sure we get them. We're on 425, bruv. Who's there for a redirect as well? I swear you got. Have you got a premiere scheduled or something? I seen.
Yeah. I should do. Is it out now? I don't even know, man. I clicked it before we went live. It should either be out or in the process. Yeah, man. In fact, there should be two. I got one in the afternoon still. I'm sure Kenny Ken and yeah. I got a couple pre-records still. That's
what I'm saying. So yeah, man. Big up everyone inside, man. Make sure you subscribe as well to the Ludage channel, bruv. Man's always active, bruv. So make sure you lot do that, brother. Man's here. Man will be back later for a gaming stream for sure, bruv. So yeah, bruv, man's there, bruv. You get me? Man's there, bro.
Support the thing, people. Smash like, subscribe, press the hype button, do all of that stuff, man.
That's what I'm saying. We got anyone live at the moment, people? We got anyone live at the moment?
There must be someone. Even though it's international break, there must be someone.
You never know, bro. Afternoon, Saturday. I don't know. The sun's out.
Or something. He's always active.
Man might be at barbecue or something. You know them. Yeah. It's me after this, there, so man don't really know, blood. But yeah, man, you lot. Yeah, man, it's been emotional still. But I'll be back later for sure, bro. Man will be doing a gaming stream in the evening, blood. Those are always a vibe, man. So yeah, man.
Ginger J is live.
That's it. bro. Listen, hey, big up everyone. Yeah, man will definitely international break, man. Man's got a few pop the balloons that man's gonna drop as well. So yeah, man, big up everyone inside. And yeah.